YouTube, it's Dave Medic 1, and this is going to be, I think, the fourth installment to my Gil Hibben project. I posted a couple videos prior to this showing the reshaping and reprofiling of the Gil Hibben, which you see before you. And now I got the contest giveaway kind of out of the way, and I've been able to focus a little bit more on some. It's been sitting around, and I felt bad because it's just been sitting around, and I really need to get it finished. So, basically, this video is going to show you so far my preparation for stage 4, which is going to be an acid treatment to the edge you see in front of you. Now, this Gil Hibben's been stripped of its original finish. I did reprofile the edge. There are imperfections in the grind that you can kind of see. A little smudge mark there. But this thing is razor effing sharp. So what I'm doing is today I took time out to get acid etching material, do an acid treatment to it, and as you can see here in front of you is this Radio Shack PCB etching solution. You can get it at Radio Shack for about $12 a bottle. Right now each bottle is 16 fluid ounces, so I've got 32 ounces in front of me. I have this nail polish remover here, and that's simply just to clean all the oil remnants off this blade to keep it nice and pure. That way the acid can do what it needs to do. And you see in front of you PVC cement. Reason being, this knife is, I believe, 18 inches long from tip to the handle here. So basically I had to create a cylinder or a compartment so I can do the acid etching. Over here to this side you see this PVC tube in front of you. And basically I went to Lowe's today and got myself this PVC tube. It's 3 inches in diameter. I bought it, it was 2 foot in length. I cut it down to fit this knife because I wanted to cut it down that way I didn't need to dilute the solution as much. I bought this end cap, used the cement glue I just showed you a second ago to glue that cap on there. There's this piece right here, slides over the cap with threads in it like so. There's a glue there, and then over here you can see there's a cap. And basically I took that rubber cement you see in front of you, I put it on this tube. Basically you put it on one side, you let it cure for a couple seconds, you put it on the other side, slide it on there. That's exactly what it is. So I put that rubber cement around the PVC tube and then put it on the inside of this cap, and as soon as I got it from the inside of the cap I just slid it on there. Same thing with this section up here. It's a female adapter for it, and basically put the PVC cement on this tube and then put it on the inside of this collar, slipped it on there, and for added measure I went ahead and I took the little PVC cement and kind of swabbed it around there for added measure to seal it tight. And basically this tube is, like I said, is 3 inches in diameter because this blade right here is about 2.5. So it fits in there comfortably, and that way, like I said, I wanted to make it as small as possible because I didn't want to dilute the acid etching or the acid material that much. Now, if you're doing a small custom blade or something like that, you can use like a 2-inch pipe, and they have all the fittings and stuff at your local whatever home improvement store, and you can go ahead and fashion that up yourself. Basically, this information, or how I got the basic how-to do this, was from Gavco's channel. He had fashioned a tube similar to this to do his large chopping knives, or to do acid treatment on that, and that's pretty much where I got the information from. So this isn't anything I thought up myself. This is simply information I got from Gavco. I am going to watch this video one more time before doing the acid treatment on this. That way I'm pretty much in line and plumbed out what I need to do as far as to make sure that this goes well. As far as the PVC tube, this tube and this side with all the attachments cost me about $16. All the materials to do this, including this end cap there. And basically, let's just show you. Bam, it's going to slide in there like so. You see the inside's threaded. This guy right here goes. You drop the knife in, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fill the tube up with this solution here first, and then drop the knife in and then add water to it to dilute it so it fills up to the top. And when I drop the Hibben in here, it basically gets up to the very bottom of the threads. So this right here, I imagine the fluid's probably going to fill up to right about where my thumb is right here, and I'll have to dilute it that much more. But if I remember correctly from Gavco's videos, he diluted it itself. Now this etching solution they use to remove copper and whatnot off of computer motherboards and whatnot to free it up so they can do whatever else they need to do to it. So if it removes copper from motherboards or whatever, I'm pretty sure I could get away with diluting a little bit to still cause this acid etching effect. What I'm trying to do is get this blade to a dark gunmetal. As you can see, and another thing too, as you can see here as I tilt it up, you can see grind lines in there, so I'm hoping that the acid etching will kind of eliminate the amount of the grind lines that you do see before you. Now these little holes and pitting right there are from the manufacturer. That came there, so I don't know. I'm gonna dip it in the acid, and I'm gonna figure out how much time. Let you guys know how much time I left it in there. I may do a stonewash treatment, drop it in the acid, see how that turns out, and then maybe put some kind of medium in there and then shake it up and scratch the blade up a little bit and then re-dip it in the acid. I'm not sure exactly. It all depends on what the initial acid looks like or the darkening of this blade, and to see if I like that finish. It all depends. So that's pretty much where I'm at as far as this goes there. I haven't ordered any G10 for the handle scales because they're kind of this handle's like 6 inches long. It's meant you could almost like do a full hand and 3 fingers on it, and as you can see, you can put 2 positions on there. It's pretty much, like I said, it's a pretty inexpensive knife. It's like or chopper. It's like $50 shipped to your house or whatever. So this is kind of experimental. So if it turns out good, which it should, but if it doesn't, I'm not really too heartbroken because I only got $40 into it in a couple hours worth of work. So anyway, the nail polish remover that's in front of you right here is what I've used to eliminate any oil and greases from this blade already. I'm going to do it one more time to make sure. If you leave any oil residue on this blade, the acid is not going to affect that area as much as the rest, and you'll be able to see it when you pull out the acid wash. So basically, I'll rub it over one more time really good to make sure that's off of there. And then hopefully, because I'm using this non-acetone nail polish remover, that doesn't do anything to disrupt what the acid's supposed to do. So basically, the title of this video, I'm just going to say it's going to be, acid treatment, whatever. I'm going to experiment with acid dip experimentation. And we'll see how it goes. So basically, this is going to be the first video on this, and I will post a video once it's done detailing how much time I left it in there, the results and whatnot. But like I said, I've got all this information as far as the acid etching and stuff from Gavco's channel. I want to give him complete credit, and hopefully I don't screw this project up. It's a pretty cool chopper. When I first got it in, it had a crappy edge profile. Sometimes, it wasn't even barely sharp, so I had to take a bunch of steel off this already. I reconfigured the handle because it was just atrocious, and this is where I'm at right now. I'm going to do the acid treatment on that. That works out great. I'll post another video whether it works out great or not, and if it does, I'll be moving on to handle scales and getting that going, and then probably follow it up with a like a chop test or something, because the blade is profiled pretty good. I would show you, it slices through paper like you wouldn't even believe, but because I'm holding my cell phone, which I film my videos from, in my hand, I can't really show you that, but it is, trust me when it's sharp. I'm probably, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie and run it across the blade here to protect that edge. That way I don't have to refinish it as much if the acid etching comes out how I want to. That way I don't have to put too much work as far as to putting an edge back on this, because it's pretty satisfactory where it's at right now. It's pretty much, it's hair whittling sharp, not hair whittling, well, it'll shave your arm. As far as hair whittling, I don't know, but if it shaves your arm, and like I said, that's pretty impressive for a knife that is 1/4 inch in thickness, to be able to get that much performance on it. So we'll see what's happening. As you can notice here, you can see the grind lines, and like I said, this is my first time reprofiling something this thick, so it is quite challenging. And it isn't 100% perfect, but, I'm doing what I can do with what I have and, well, what limited resources I have and my knowledge or whatever. It's just a learning experience, and I figured I'd document it for you guys. So there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll let you know in another video how that acid etching works. Peace.